All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and welcome to a rare lore video here on this channel. I thought that today would be a great time to actually make a lore video because we had a recent Witch Queen trailer, and if you were to freeze frame one of these moments in the trailer, you notice that there's two giant statues in the background, and it is seemingly Oryx versus a worm god. And if you're not extremely, knowledgeable of the lore, and I myself, I'm not going to act like I'm some kind of expert, but if you're not extremely knowledgeable, you might think that's just like Zal or something. You don't really know what's going on in the background or what the significance of that is. It's actually extremely significant. It's not Zal. There's actually 5 worm gods in total, according to the lore, and this one is actually named Akka, and it is the Worm of Secrets. I'm going to actually read this from the Destinypedia here because I found this to be really interesting, and I don't have all of these facts memorized entirely by myself, but I've read through this a little bit, and I've read the lore of Oryx and the history and origins of the Hive and the Fundament to a certain degree, so I can sort of add my little information here and there. So we have the 5 worm gods, and within the hierarchy of the Hive, it's essentially the darkness is number one. The darkness or the deep has a few different names. You got the darkness and the deep, and then below that is the 5 worm gods. So in terms of the hierarchy, we're really high up there in terms of power and like sort of deity within that. And then it reads right here on Destinypedia, billions of years ago, Akka and the other worm gods were trapped deep beneath the Fundament and guarded by the Leviathan. The worm gods oversaw the Hive's conquest of Fundament, providing knowledge, orders, and censure to their leaders as necessary. When the war freed the worm gods from Fundament's core, they responded by opening a wormhole into geostationary orbit, allowing the Hive to invade the Fundament's moons and the Ammonite civilization that dwelled there. So, now on to the interesting part here. Oryx, the king of the Hive, and that's this Oryx spelled Auryx. This is before he became the Taken King. So Oryx, the king of the Hive, seeking to gain the power to feed his worm, traveled to the Ascendant Realm in search of Akka, this worm god. Akka and Oryx spoke of the power of the deep, aka the darkness. And since their power was gifted and not taken, it was not true to the deep. Oryx attacked Akka and slew him, then communed with the darkness or the deep himself. When he was finished, he crafted the tablets of ruin, gaining the power to take and thus becoming Oryx, the Taken King. So that's the origin story of how he became Oryx, the Taken King. Though dead, Akka was not gone, and Oryx was forced to battle his god's swarming corpse while escaping his sister's treachery years later. Oryx used part of Akka's body to craft his dreadnought, a massive ship in which to house his throne world. Billions of years later, Akka's name has fallen into near obscurity, as Tolan the Shattered had only the faintest idea of his existence, but not his name. So some very interesting lore and some interesting information here to see inside Savathun's throne world. Here we have statues of Oryx versus Akka. Let me know your thoughts about this little lore segment down in the comment section below, and if there are any lore experts out there that want to correct any mistakes I made, feel free to do so. Or if there's any interesting facts or information that I'm completely overlooking with this, feel free to comment down below because I'm definitely finding this stuff quite interesting. And I think that entering Savathun's throne world and with the Witch Queen, we will get an advancement in this lore and the story of Destiny. And I'm actually quite excited to see what we find out. Make sure to subscribe with notifications on if you did enjoy. Smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.